Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Thursday, June 11th, 2020. And this morning we got a sizable gap down where the market kind of consolidated just for the first opening, 30 minutes or so, and has since broken lower and started to trend lower. So we're seeing some trend day activity taking place. We've opened up here near the highs of the session. We never made it back up to gap fill. And since we have pushed lower, we've got really strong range taking place. In fact, we've got almost 85 points of range at the time of this recording. And what I want to do is just kind of build out this type of price action and see how that has looked going into the close today. So let me build this out. I'm going to do this in Discover, and we're going to look at all four instruments. The setup is going to be intraday time-based, and we'll use an entry time of 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll set it up as a long exiting at the close of regular trading hours. For the opening filter, we're just going to use gapping down. I'm going to try to keep as many samples as possible so that we can describe this intraday price action and get some of the better characteristics, or the more noteworthy characteristics, to me at least, to add into this. So the first one I want to add is the intraday range size relative to the 10-day average range of that same period. And we are running really strong on range, so I'm going to select this greater than 150%. This will be true. Also, we did not fill the gap, so let me add that. And then I want to describe that price action where we see opening near the highs and pushing down near the lows going into 3 p.m. Eastern time. So for the open versus intraday range, our open is currently in the top 10% of the intraday range. It is very likely to be there at 3 p.m. as well. And we are currently trading near the lows. I'm just going to select close in the bottom 25% of the intraday range because we're still around an hour away from 3 p.m. So I don't know where we're going to be, but by opening it up to the bottom 25% as opposed to the bottom 10, which is where we're at right now, that'll give us a few more samples. And this will complete everything I need for the test. So now I can click View Results. All right, so here are the results, and this is based off of entering at 3 p.m. Eastern time, exiting at the close 4:15 p.m. Eastern time, when gapping down and seeing large range taking place. So 150% of the 10-day average for that time period is being met. So we've got greater than 50% beyond a normal range for that size. We did not fill the gap, so the down gap did not fill. The open was in the top 10% of the intraday range, and you are trading in the bottom 25% of the intraday range. So this is creating a trend-like day going into the close. Historically, this has happened 37 times in the ES dating back to 2003. We've got 32 samples in the NASDAQ, 38 in the YM, 21 in the Russell. So not a ton of samples, but a decent amount if you combine them all. And looking at the win rates, it looks like ES is the weakest at 35% of these closing above that 3 p.m. price. NASDAQ and YM, both 50-50, so those not showing any direction whatsoever for a bias there based off of win percentage. And then Russell a little bit closer to the ES at 38%. What also stands out here is average loss on these is larger than the average win on 3 out of the 4. Russell is the only exception. So on average, it is losing more than it wins when it does win. So this is a price action based off of this trend day that is developing. So I hope you found that interesting. Good luck, and we will see you next time.